Sorry, what is this? Just enjoying the moment.
I like that.
I'm glad feelings are mutual here in the camp.
Well, would you look what the cat dragged in?
Found it.
Oh, look who it is.
It's the boy of NA.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, you mean over there?
How did you understand that?
I wasn't looking at Trace.
Want to hang out?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's going to happen there. I think it's going to be a little bit awkward.
But yeah, we're here.
Man, how are you doing? I missed you, buddy.
So Hugo, if we were going to do this right, like I think I should high five this side. So high five,
Yeah.
Hugo.
Okay.
Go on,
Oh,
go.
wait,
Wait,
no,
wait,
I'm
wait,
going
wait,
this
wait.
way. I'm looking the wrong way. Okay, Trace, you ready? You ready?
Yeah,
3,
ready.
2, 1. Yeah, that worked. You hear the clap?
Would appear as well, mate, that actually we've just fumbled this whole thing, haven't we?
I was just disappointed, mate.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it is sad. It's sad for a lot of us, okay? Right, guys? And I actually enjoyed the thrill of nearly dying. I think it's pretty fun, but I have to close that door. This will be the last time I get to say that, unfortunately.
Pretty YOLO.
But how does that make you feel? And I'm looking directly at you, Christine.
It makes me feel alive.
That analysis desk segment right there, that was garbage. I don't know what these guys are talking about.
What? Go on, Jacob.
Yeah, well, you know what, Trace? I couldn't hear anything from your voice. So next time, if you just, shut your mouth, that'd be a good thing, yeah.
Christine, please make this man suffer.
I can't make this man suffer because I'm going to agree.
I don't think either of you convinced me to anything. Not even really sure how you develop a skill like that in life. So there's that. I mean, you both lose your own arguments. I don't even know how you did it. It's impressive, guys. It's feats we've never seen around here.
It's like my mom talks to me all the time. You're a disappointment, son.
It's best if nobody says anything, we type F in chat.
Okay, well, let's see how this goes, because I can hear Twitch chat already. They're saying, analysts, stop talking. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Someone somewhere, at least, said analysts stop talk. But what they didn't realize was we're not going to be starting this game unless we do talk. And when I say this game, I'm talking NiP, and I'm talking NAVI in the server right here, right now. The Ninjas in Pajamas looking to bounce back after what was an awful turn of events yesterday for them. Welcome back everybody to DreamHack Masters Spring 2020. I'm Trace, and alongside to my right will be Christine. Alongside to her right will be Jacob, and we're ready to rumble.
We sure are. We're ready for a good one right here, Trace. I think two teams that have a high skill ceiling, but also two teams that were struggling a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. And when you say turn it around for ENCE, I mean, NAVI, they're right up there with them. Having a somewhat disappointing series, a series that was completely within their grasp yesterday versus ENCE, and kind of let it slipping away. So certainly today, they're looking to turn things around.
Yeah, and we look at NAVI too as one of these teams that's supposed to be coming in here as a powerhouse, but they've also had a little bit of a struggle streak, or at least found themselves lost on that street at hand. Now, what's going on with this NAVI lineup?
It's a good question. It's a very good question. I sort of posed the question yesterday whether or not NAVI at Katowice was just a fluke, because let's be honest, the group stage at Katowice, they were looking okay, but not phenomenal. When they got into the playoff, NAVI was playing some of the best Counter-Strike we've probably ever seen NAVI play in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But ever since, it's been very lackluster. Let's not forget that their abysmal performance in the road to Rio ended up in them not even progressing from the group stage in the CIS region into the playoff for the road to Rio. So the results as of lately for NAVI have been absolutely horrible, to say the least. They need to turn it up. They need to step it around. And when you have Simple in your lineup, sure, you can do it. But NAVI, if they're supposed to be one of the best teams in the world, then come on, show it.
Well, speaking of phenomenal, Christine, what is your take on this NAVI side of things?
I have to agree with Jacob. It has been very lackluster. And the thing is when NAVI are explosive, they're explosive, electronic, in the opponent's faces. Boomich always showing off his flair. But lately, as of late, it just seems like NAVI are slowly not wanting to lose their matches. I don't see the fire within the squad. I don't see Simple going through his reckless motions. It's just, it seems like a NAVI that are trying to go through with trying to provide perfect Counter-Strike, but that perfect Counter-Strike just seems like it's a very far reach for them at the moment.
Yeah, it's not necessarily suited, perhaps, even for the players there. We know that Blade is behind the scenes calling the shots, and we also know that Boomich having to take over that in-game leader role was not going to be an easy feat, no matter how you spin it. But of course, for NAVI, this journey is far from over. Let's hear from him.
think that NiP is one of the best teams which play online, as we can see results, but still they did the decision to remove the player, so it will be a new team with new in-game leader. So I think we don't know exactly how they will play. I think NiP is a really great team, yeah, and it's a bit strange for me that they decided to change in-game leader now.
Even falling back into the connector to force a headshot angle, and even going to be holding the cross. He'll actually get in onto Rez. Even still though, he's taken a hell of a lot of damage. Smoke will be going down around the bomb. Fainted Plopsky goes for the peak and finds it as well.
The main preparation will be on our game, not their game, because we usually prepare like this, so we need to look at our mistakes, try to fix it, and prepare some game plan just for a couple of rounds against enemy team. The game versus NiP will be the same as all others. We are trying to have a new system that all games we play, we are preparing the same like 2-3 hours before the game, and I think it's the best choice to do, because when you do it like a system, it's becomes stronger than you do like random preparation for like 1 hour or so.
Yeah, and for Navi, you know, that game plan, that preparation, that's one thing, but you heard what he just said, Christine, and can you kind of summarize that for us? Can you kind of give us the big picture?
Yeah, I mean, basically it's VOD reviews, right? And it's going to be so important for this Navi side. I hope that they really discussed as a unit exactly how that series snowballed out of their control. Vitality were so proactive, so aggressive, and trying to find duels, trying to find trades across the map. And Navi, they weren't prepared for it each and every time, specifically Flamey, the man doing all the talking in that interview. Sure, he had some great rounds on that dust too, but on train towards Ivy, he was getting caught out on multiple occasions, just sometimes not even shooting his gun, sometimes being just surprised that a Vitality or an ENCE member was there to punish him for his forward pushes. So I think Flamey, he's certainly going to have to step it up and try to let the game come to him, not think too much about how to play perfect Counter-Strike.
And Flamey is one of these guys that we know can also hit shots. But the thing is, Christine, and I just have to keep it honest with you guys, yesterday, NiP looked a little bit more like RIP, if you know what I'm saying. They got a chance to take on Vitality, and they got absolutely stepped on. It wasn't the best of showings here for the new squad of Hampuses. But now, of course, when we look at NiP and we start to question some of the moves of this lineup, how do you feel after seeing yesterday, Jacob?
I mean, obviously watching yesterday was not a great start for this new iteration of NiP. Changing your in-game leader is always going to be tough, and especially if that in-game leader want to change the system, want to change the style to play. We didn't really get to see anything yesterday, so I don't think we cannot really paint a picture just from watching them play. I don't know, what was it, like 25 rounds on each map? Not even, you know, they were getting absolutely dismantled by Vitality. Now, the thing is for NiP, if you look isolated on this roster move, I think Thread is onto something. I think NiP is onto something. They're building up for the future. I think Lekko is a good player. I think he's a decent player. But if you're looking on the long run, he's not supposed to be the in-game leader of a top 5 team in the world. I think NiP, and especially Plopsky, Nork, Rest, Twist, and the rest of the guys, they've shown potential that they can potentially be that top 5 team. They just need the right leadership. Hampus in the middle right here, he may be it, but we still haven't seen it yet. So I think roster move align, you know, probably the good one for the long run. But for this tournament, it could be a struggle for them to get the train going. Sorry.
Yeah, Christine, I'd imagine Struggle Street isn't that far, or not even a stranger, especially after what we've been shown by NiP. It's not like they've given us something to go off of here, which is unfortunate. So perhaps they can make us believers themselves. Let's hear what they got to say.
Going into this match against NAVI, we have prepared very well. I mean, not only towards them, but like the whole tournament. Last time we played NAVI was in Katowice, which is a long time ago now. It was like our second tournament with NOC. We have played a lot since then and practiced really much. So I think the match against NAVI is going to be closer this time than it was last time.
The remaining players, in fact 3 around this spot. Flashbang going to come in, and Plopsky, he's got his third of the round. Like, this man is trying to drag them through this, but they finally put him down. Rez will now pounce, and he can clean up the round.
I think we might be a little bit more favored because we have played very good lately, and they have played good, but they lost like some games in the CIS Road to Rio where maybe they shouldn't have lost. And I mean, that can happen to everyone, but I think like our form lately has been very good, and I think everyone wants revenge from Katowice, so I think we're more hungry for the game.
Well, revenge for Katowice is one thing, considering, you know, that was a couple of minutes ago. Now they just look for revenge from yesterday. That's all that this team can build on, is the mistakes of the day prior, especially when you consider that they have that new player. It is basically a trial by fire for this young gentleman in Hampus.
Yeah, definitely so. And I mean, NiP, they need to make sure that they're hitting their shots today, because the differences are, we said both of these squads allowed their series to kind of snowball out of their control. NAVI at least had some members, their star power showing up, keeping them within the game, making it competitive. For NiP's side of things, they didn't have the answers to anything Vitality were throwing at them, but they also were not hitting their shots. So it was just a complete snowball all the way downhill. So today, I'm glad to see the confidence coming out of Plopsky, thinking that, you know, they're probably favored to win in this series, although match head-to-head, they've never actually beat NAVI. So that confidence coming to Plopsky, he's definitely going to need that moving forward.
If I look at this from a surface level, and I dare one of you to disagree with me, if I look at this from a surface level, just names on, I know you will, names on paper, this should be a blowout by all expectations. I think this should be a 2-map series done and dusted. But speaking of maps, we should probably learn what those are sooner rather than later. And that's going to bring us to our veto. So let's start to talk about what maps we're going to see and what maps we're not going to see.
Well, it's going to be super interesting, right? Because yesterday we saw NiP try to play Dust 2. That was the first time the past 3 months they tried to pull out of Dust 2, and they got absolutely dismantled by Vitality. So it makes sense when they're removing it today. They're not taking any chances. They know NAVI, they would have probably picked Dust 2 had it come to the choice. So they're getting rid of Dust 2. Now NAVI picking Nuke, that's to me super interesting, right? A map that historically speaking NAVI has always stayed away from, but they're getting better and better on the map. Electronic in particular, I think Symbol as well, they're performing well on that CT side. So it's more or less becoming a comfort pick for NAVI, which I don't know, is it a good thing or a bad thing, Christine, right? Because the Dust 2 have been the comfort pick for them. Train used to be the comfort pick for them, and now Nuke all of a sudden against NiP. It seems like NAVI can't really figure out what map is their map.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, but I think this veto, this map selection, it played out exactly how I anticipated it to. That Nuke pick, it's coming in, sure, NAVI, they're looking good on it, but take a look, 33% out of 6 games for NiP's side of things. So this is definitely NAVI coming in to say, this is our punish pick. We know we're better than you on it. Even though we're not the best on it, we can certainly beat you on it. So I like that coming out of NAVI.
And that might just be enough to push them over the edge, you know, if you think about it. And I kind of want to continue to push some buttons around here, as do all of you chat spammers out there. Let's go ahead and get those votes ready. Go ahead and really just get your fingertips ready, kind of warm them up, exercise for what's going to be the Twitch vote that I'm going to ask you to participate in. That's either hashtag NAVI or hashtag NiP. And that's what we're going to be looking for in the Twitch chat, of course, so that we can tally it all up and then really run the analysis and bring it all back full circle and just show that Twitch, you know exactly what you're talking about at all times of the day. And no one ever questioned that, did they, Jacob?
Nope, nobody never questioned it, and nobody should.
Exactly. Now, on that note, we know our maps. We know where we're going. We're going to Overpass. We got Nuke after. We got Train. If we need a third map, and if we need a third map, well, boy, some prayers have been answered for that NiP squad. We're going to head to a break. We're going to come back. We're going to jump into this game. I can guarantee it. This is the DreamHack Master Spring 2020. DreamHack Master Spring 2020, y'all. Welcome back. My name's Trace, Christine, and Jacob, and we're ready to walk you into what is a matchup of the ages. And by that, I mean it is about time that NAVI aged like fine wine. They are sitting on the fence, on the cusp of being eliminated. And guess who's not looking any better on the other side? The Ninjas in pajamas. So, with all of that being said, with all of those things in consideration, where do we begin to pick up the pieces on this one, Jacob?
Well, we'll have to look at NAVI, right? And if they lose this game, Trace, they're not gonna make it. It's gonna be tough for them, right? So NAVI will have to win here, and if they do win the game, there's actually a good chance they can win the entire group, depending on the ends game yesterday. So everything is at stake, just like we saw when Astralis and G2 battled it out for that first place. G2 was super close of not even making out of the group, and all of a sudden they find themselves in a winning position, going through as first, or going through as the first team. So NAVI, same situation. They'll have to win today, otherwise it's out of their hands. And I mean, Navi, what we saw against Vitality, that was impressive. What we saw yesterday, that was horrible. So I don't know what to expect here.
Yeah. And, you know, Christine, I see that you've donned the UB9 shirt for this event, and I can respect that. I can appreciate that. Moreover, I have a UB9 jersey. Not that that has any bearing on Group D, which is certainly delivering in a way that maybe we didn't expect, Christine.
Yeah, no, we definitely didn't expect it. And Jacob's right. I mean, Navi, this is absolutely a must-win scenario, not just because they're about to get knocked out if they don't win, but because this Navi need this sort of a win to kind of boost their confidence, put them in the right trajectory going forward into 2020. As I mentioned, I'm looking straight at Electronic, man. I want to see this guy get a little messy, you know? I mean, yesterday in that series, we saw Boomich doing his damnedest to try to find rounds, trying to find duels, and Electronic is usually right there with them, you know, finding those entries, being aggressive, getting in their faces. But yesterday, he was hitting his shots, but he was a little bit more quiet. The impact, it wasn't quite there. So I'd love to see Electronic just pop off today.
Yeah, Electronic being one of those players. I'm looking over at the side of Nock to continue to carry the torch over there for the Ninjas of Pajamas. He's doing a pretty good job having slotted in not as long ago. But then obviously you have the new player in Hampus. There's a ton of things to consider looking around the board. I'm looking at Nock for the NIP side to pick up that AWP and actually put it to some good use here. But he's going to have his hands full when it comes down to a duel. Needless to say, there's this little guy, and his name's Simple, or he's known as Sasha. Either way, he's pretty damn good with the AWP. And let's see how good you were, Twitch chat. What were your results of your poll that you ran independently outside of us? What do they say? Navi, imagine that. Now, I cannot even sit here and sell it to you any other way. That is the way that I see it too. However, what's it going to take for NiP to win here, Christine?
You know, yesterday, Threat, he mentioned the fact that they were very well prepared going into that Dust 2. They were, in fact, very well prepared picking the Vertigo, but the match it just kind of got out of their hands. They couldn't really grasp the depth that they went over during practices. So, I mean, coming into today, they definitely have to just be full focus and understand that their practices, that's the winning game plan. Stick to it through and through and listen to Threat.
There's two things NIP need to get figured out. You know, one way is how do we enable Rest again? How do we find the level Rest had 3 years ago? He was supposed to be the next franchise players of NIP. He was supposed to be the next 3-star, and he was supposed to be one of the best players in the world. We even remember him getting MVP titles back when NIP actually did win tournaments occasionally. He hasn't been nowhere near that level ever since, and we need to find him one more time. If he can be enabled under the new leadership of Hampus, then NIP maybe have a chance of getting up to the level where we talk about them being able to compete against a team like NAVI on a consistent basis. Now, the other player we need to see enabled is Twist. We know Plopsky, he's a superstar in the making. He's consistently performing right now, but Twist, same game, same thing goes for him. A lot of people out there, including myself, when you play FPL against him, when you play, you know, face-it pucks against him, he's one of the most skilled players in the world. I think his aim is absolutely insane. His movement is insane. Whenever he gets on a server and when he plays competitive Counter-Strike, something seems to be off. He doesn't seem to have the same confidence, the same drive, the same fire in him, and that's a problem. So you find a way to ignite Rest again, you find a way to make Trish comfortable like he is when he's playing FPL. You have a team that Trace, as you said before, they can go pound to pound against some players like Simple, Electronic, Boomich, Perfecto, and Flamey. I believe that, but we need to see it.
We need to see it. Moreover, now is do or die time, especially for you two. And I'm going to have a hard time trying to convince you to tell me that you're picking NiP, because I know that you are, Jacob, but I'll let you go first, Christine. What is your prediction for this series?
I'm going with Navi here. I think that they should be able to take this series easily, not just because pound for pound they're better than NIP, but also because NIP, they got a new in-game leader. We know their struggles. So Navi, I need to see them win this in a convincing fashion to give me confidence that they're going to finish this tournament strong.
Now, I do want to say NIP is going to win this, but I don't believe it, Trace, so I can't. The problem for them is that it's too early. Like, with a new in-game leader, there's still so much they need to figure out. They still need to find a way to enable Rest, find a way to make Trish comfortable. There's too many questions surrounding this lineup right now. If there's one win condition, it is Plopsky. He's playing consistently at a very high level. So let's say Electronic is not showing up, then there potentially is a chance that evens out the skill difference Christine is talking about. When you have Simple on your lineup, there's no other way than saying Navi's going to win this. And I'll actually be a little bit disappointed if they don't 2-0 and win convincingly as well. NIP just changed the in-game leader. Navi, you're supposed to be one of the best teams in the world. How about you start to show it?
Like, part of me just wants to say NiP for the lulls, the omega lulls, if you will. But then the other rational side of me says, no, just really stick it to your guns here and go for NAVI, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to pull for NAVI as well. It's pretty clear cut after what we saw yesterday. And maybe it's clear cut to you as well at home. Head over to DreamHack Pick'em.com. That's going to be the link that we need you to head over to, and there's plenty of prizes for you to win right there. And I think that you're even stacked up against us, so go ahead and check that out. DreamHackPick'em.com. If this story is not enough for you, if typing and spamming in the Twitch chat is not enough for you, that website certainly is. Thank you very much, Jacob and Christine. I think you've done an excellent job in explaining what it is to expect here, but we do need to keep the show moving along. And in doing so, I think it's time that I brought in my commentators and let them kill a little bit of time too, because we do have Harry and Hugo sitting just on the other side of the wall from me. Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing over there? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Trace. Yeah, pretty excited, man. I can't wait to see NAVI. What NAVI are we going to get in the server today? There's so many questions. New in-game leader for NiP, blown out of the water the other day. I mean, this has got storylines all over it.
Yeah, it really does, man. Trace, I can't wait to get into this, Hugo. It's going to be a great game. Trace, I think we can send you on your way. I think me and Hugo might have this from here. So peace out, Cub Scout. We're ready to go. Yeah, Hugo, I think that's a good point, right? Obviously, with NiP changing IGLs, there's a lot going on right now for this squad. And the reason they've given for it is they wanted a more capable leader once the coach rule, right, that coaches are allowed to talk more is kind of gone. And you want to be setting yourself up for the future. So I think short term, it's a pretty big risk, right? But I'm hoping that we can see the long-term payout for NiP. That still feels like you're banking on a lot going your way, right?
Definitely.
If you're in the NiP camp.
Definitely considering how we don't know how long this is going to remain, right? The online scene, the fact that coaches can talk, there's question marks. We don't have answers. And so, is this going to be a good change in the long term? Probably. But could we also still be in the same situation in the long term where Lekro could have, definitely been able to, be that fraggy in-game leader with Threat assisting, of course, at the sidelines as well. But it makes sense that Threat wants to mold a new in-game leader into this team. Or sorry, not a new in-game leader, but someone who's been in this role in the past, right? That being Hampus. So experienced, and we know he can fire off individually as well and have great games. So let's see if this NiP can put up a little bit more of a battle yesterday after getting brutally destroyed by Vitality. They don't want to face the same fate versus NAVI, but NAVI have been up and down, left and right, in pretty much every direction you can predict. So you never know what to think with this team. Simple though, he is the one consistent factor, the one man that just never stops for NAVI. And he'll be the solo man on A right now, spotting mid, seeing nothing. It's a late play for NiP, and Simple doesn't realize, but NiP are all the way up long. Do they divert to the toilets or commit to the site? Because if they do, they could bypass him. But Simple, he knows the timings, he knows he's got to be aware, and he will run right back. Electronic already rotating up, and Simple's got to be careful from this long position. He's spotted one. Does he know there's a player tucked on the left side? Oh, now he does. Info's there. Electronic's here to play, and he will find the first blood.
Looking for a little bit more, but Twist will come in with the trade. And now Simple, only good for one before he gets bested. We're into this 3-on-3 almost immediately. NAVI on for the retake here at this A bomb site.
They have the kit double flash. Boomich can set that up from CT spawn, and there's no flank coming in either, so NiP need to have their wits about them. Truck plant rather, not even a toilet plant. That's a bit of a problem. It means NiP need to stay in the site, but they've already got a crossfire to kill one. The trays are immediate though, and immaculate at that. NAVI, they've got to find the kit. Where is the kit? Doesn't matter. They're going to stick it with 10. Flamey can go down lower and get the kit on the stairs. That's where Boomich dropped it. Hopefully that gets communicated along for NAVI, and luckily not an issue. The defuse is in, and that's sometimes why you want the toilets plant as opposed to the truck plant for NiP, so you can actually fall back and pick a safer position like the toilets, like the Divider, and fire off shots from there. Obviously, the danger of that is the flank. If NAVI come up connector, they can really make things annoying in the back line, and NiP didn't know it was a full CT retake, so pistol round going the way of NAVI, but a bomb plant giving guns to NiP, and this is a hell of a second round buy, if I say so myself. 3 AKs stacked with utility, 2 Deagles. NAVI nowhere near the level of investment that NiP have here, considering they lost that previous round. We got 2 FAMASes, some MP9s, and a shotgun.
Let's see what old mate Simple can do with this XM then. Down here in the connector, he'll put up the first, and the mere sound of this shotgun has sent Plopsky back into the connector. So he's going to look for a ways out. However, actually deciding to stick around just a bit with the smoke down in the door. He's only left one angle for Simple, and they molly him down, trying to get a peek onto him. Trying to isolate this fight while they've got him trapped, but he's not budging.
Yeah, the issue is, like, you know, you still got to push into the stairwell. You still got to push into the close position. And Simple, he's got a shotgun. He's got the gun for the job. And he is ready and waiting for you to come his way. These 3 rifles hunting him down, and maybe they'll come to regret that. That is brutality. And you understand why NiP want to get Simple out of that position, right? They know he's in the connector. Regardless of what side they hit, he can fast rotate and be in the back line. So they need to rid the man out of that position. But, oh dear, Plopsky getting hounded down will get one. And Simple, he's grabbed himself an AK. He's looking for a little bit more. No one pushing for Navi. They're just going to hold on to the bomb here in connector. And honestly, it's just a save for Plopsky. He should be able to get away with things unless Navi come up that ladder. That is not the round that NiP wanted, considering the weaponry they had. They could have obviously bypassed it by going fast long or fast B, but you know, not expecting an XM to go and get a 3-piece down in con. NAVI, they're going to make a lot of money off that as well. Simple has 7k before buying and an AK. If he wants, he can continue to play it for at least another round where you know NiP are eco, or he can drop it over, buy the AWP, and get that in nice and early. We might see it delayed until the next, though, because, of course, NiP just have pistols, and NAVI don't want to buy up an AWP and get one deeked and give that gun over, so staying with the rifles for now. NiP full D ground with nothing else. Oh my. That is something else. And that's probably why you don't want to, you know, spend all your money in this round if you're Navi. Shots like that, we know NiP can fire off with these deagles. No, they don't have Electro anymore, which is a shame when it comes to these, you know, pistol rounds, but like there's just so much talent. Rez, Twist, and well, Plopsky's already found that opener. And we know AWPers like pistols as well, so Nork might be naughty with his too. Certainly electronic on this top side. Simple's gone down lower, but he might need to rotate back up because NiP are grouping, and grouping fast towards the toilets, looking to just run over this A-bomb site.
Look to come in and do damage. Simple now repositioning onto the truck, has electronic alongside him.
Ooh. Ooh.
Maybe.
Nice.
There's the lineup. Twist all alone, 1v4. Really fancy his odds here, but now there is a buy coming in.
Yeah, nice couple of kills with the pistols, Plopsky specifically, but nothing all too interesting there for NiP. We're waiting for the gun rounds, and here they are. Simple on the AWP as well, right in with a bite. And he has to spawn too. Certainly a fan of that one as he goes aggressively towards middle. Electronic alongside him takes connector, but NiP want a bit of faster control here. They'll molly it off, not letting Electronic take that deep fight. Nate does do some damage. Simple's hanging around the divider, and Navi are going to choose to give up this stairwell away. Moving back and letting the AWP find opening kills here. Ooh, there's a jump. Simple. Late shot won't connect. He has to fall back now. The Molotov's going to push him off of the divider. And NiP going about their business, taking the map control as they should. This is a nice default. They've got B short. They own the toilets. They haven't cleared long yet. And Electronic, you know, he's able to come in on these wraps if that is not cleared for NiP. But they're going to look to do that right now. Twist moving into position, actually reconsidering. The bomb is outside of B, so NiP, it's not the end of the world if they don't get Electronic out of here. They've at least pushed Simple back. They need to keep him on A so they can rotate down lower and go into this 3-man setup. If that is a 3-man setup and Simple in heaven with the AWP, that's a real problem for Navi. Simple dropping a short smoke, or a monster smoke rather, from the A site. And that's going to throw another 15 seconds out of the hands of NiP. Not much they can do. And that 15 seconds, that's huge for NAVI, because they just sit back, they realize nothing's going on outside of A, and NiP are likely grouping B. They don't want to over-rotate because they have no info on that top site other than Electronic on long, but NiP are about to burst B, and NAVI will have those quick rotations.
Oh, Boomich gets deleted. Now more than ever, we need to see these rotations coming on through. Perfecto's trying to hold the line as best he can, but only good for one. And Simple arriving a little late to the party is still here backing Graffiti. He's got to look to do some artwork of his own. Paintbrush is out, and Electronic in from heaven, going to put up another. So we're into this 2-on-2. Pretty picture here for Na'Vi. Plopsky and Nork, two players that remain, wondering where on earth the rest of the team went. Ooh. This crossfire set up. And Plopsky's been spotted, but not dealt with yet. There's very little time left on this bomb, so Na'Vi, they've got to pick up the pace, and they deal with Plopsky. Now just Nork left to beat. Simple's on the angle, and it's a 2v4 for Electronic and Simple. That is a great sign for me that this Na'Vi squad is stumbling back to its feet after what felt like a little hiatus from the high-flying performances of these two individuals. That's a bit of a vintage Simple and Electronic clutch.
The deadly duo, we know it, we love it, and we wear it. It's going to be a nice round for Na'Vi. And yeah, okay, they may have dropped to ENCE yesterday, but at least, you know, looking at the numbers alone, Electronic and Simple still performed. Obviously, Simple was top of the server, but, you know, it's not always just coming down to the numbers here, as NiP are realizing they may find a lot of opening kills and get control of B, but a 2-on-4 retake, oof. NiP very keen to take those gunfights, not winning enough of them to justify it. Boomich leaving Connector in this round, a triple A setup, and NiP, this is a interesting round because they've got double B with a bomb, a third joining them, they're clearing Con. But coming out into middle with no support from the mid area is a bit of a risk. So NiP is just going to be safer to burst B short and commit into this site. This is going to be an early execute. They're not going to wait this down to the final 30 seconds this time, but with time on the clock, Na'Vi are starting to get curious. Push through the smoke. NiP are just running at it. Molotov is down. Nork's going to clear the site. He gets a first opener, looking for a second. If they get this to the bomb pot, that's it for NiP. They should have this round under lock and key, and Na'Vi want nothing to do with it, abandoning the bomb site. Simple saves the orb, and they'll give NiP their first. Certainly helps that NiP get out with 5 alive as well, right? Nothing worse than winning your first rifle round and winning in a one-on-one clutch and then getting out with, you know, just 3,400 a player or 3,500 a player, barely enough to buy full, not really even enough to buy, you know, AK armor. And, well, NiP, they're going to get out with everyone. So money to fall back on if things do hit the fan. And they certainly could with Na'Vi reinvesting right into this 5th round, or 6th round, rather. Betway might want to update that advert with Let Crow in it. I mean, I guess he's still signed to NiP, right? So maybe not. Always a thought.
Yeah, NiP, they're going to try and repeat this success down here towards this B bomb site, and now grouping up, ready to head on in. It's Crossfire not assembled in time, and Perfecto and Flamey falling once again. This B site a bit of a problem now for Na'Vi. Boomich, Electronic, and Simple left in the hot seat right now, and Boomich almost finding a double through the corner of that smoke. He is getting wrapped on the left side, and that flash is good to maybe allow a kill to come in from Hampus, but actually Nork, sorry, up close, dealing with Boomich. Electronic hidden in the site, little nasty surprise at the center of this one. Electronic trying to deal yet another jawbreaker as he falls back into the pit. Has this cover from Simple at Graffiti. NiP, it's grinded to a halt, and a nice flick from Electronic. Hampus does damage onto Simple, but not enough to find the kill. And if you poke the bear, that just makes him more angry. Simple actually leaves it to Electronic to find that 5th round on the board for Na'Vi. Once again, the dynamic duo doing it all. They're 19-2 between the two of them.
Wow, that's just unreal. Like, again, you know, fast trade, successful for NiP. I don't think Na'Vi were expecting such a quick execute. They get caught off setting up outside Monster, and Electronic, he just remains, he just stays at the back of the site. No one checks him, and he gets away with far more than he should. 3 in the round, 10-1. Ugh. How do you even defeat that if you're NiP? Well, at least they have another buy round off the back of that previous 5 alive, as said. Back to A as well. They've not really had a lot of success here. Worth noting, the B rush that worked out for NiP 2 rounds ago was the round where Na'Vi had 3 on A, and the second NiP got 2 kills with no trades, Na'Vi just threw in the towel and went, yeah, you can have the round. But this time Na'Vi had 3 on the lower bomb site, and they were at least able to put up enough of a defense to stop that plant. In this round, that's the same. Again, 3 lower. Electronic with a bait and switch on long with Simple's AWP. Electronic, he's getting hungry, he's getting hangry. Ooh, and he's going to get a bullet to the face. Luckily dinged through the tree, so he will live to fight another day, down to 29. Simple's going to support him and deny a repeat for NiP. You'll notice Boomich has come up as well, so heavy setup on this top site for good reason. NiP are all surrounding it. Only Nork down lower, who can sell a bit of a fake later, or just hold this control so that NiP can rotate down the connector if needed. But right now, they're just trying to be silent on this A site. Question is for Nork, does he go before or does he go after? Is he a backstab or is he selling a fake? Looks like he is going to hit it at the same time. Right through Monster, trying to be the first point of contact here. Na'Vi are going to see it, but do they rotate off of A? Right now, still stacked with 3 on this top site. Oh, Electronic getting caught. Plopsky with the entry. Double kills up for NiP, but Simple, quick with the shot.
And with Nork down at this B site, there's a temporary 3-on-3 inside of A for Na'Vi on this retake. Not that they're to know that, though. They are looking curious as to what this site has in store, but without this heavy duo of Simple and Electronic still standing, is that going to be enough to tempt Na'Vi in? Half the time ticked off the bomb now, and still floating around. They try and wide swing, and they do pick up Plopsky, but this is already looking like the save for Na'Vi. Now, as they go back down towards this B site, Nork has been here the whole time to try and deny these trades. They've spotted him now, and they know he's here.
Oh, I like that new icon in the kill feed as well. Just keep adding to it. Flamey dice to the bomb. Nork dropped by Perfecto. The exits aren't really there for Na'Vi, but they certainly are for NiP, converting a top site round with a nice double opener and then denying really almost all the saves on that lower site as well. So Na'Vi's money finally getting drawn into question in this game. Simple does buy up the AWP, he has just enough for it. Actually, I think it got dropped over, rather. Either way. Hampus clearing cons silently. Electronic is here tucked as well, so it's going to come down to whether NiP check this corner. Oh, they'll do more than that. They'll molly him out as well. Electronic, how does he take one down with him? Tries to escape the flames, but Plopsky will just let him roast in the fire. NiP looking to execute B off the back of that connector control. Na'Vi are rotating up because of it, and that's the wrong read to make. Only 2 on Monster. Is this going to be enough to hold down the Swedes?
At the very least, it slowed them down and made them maybe reconsider this. However, with no map control anywhere else on the map for NiP, they're kind of forced into this B play. And right now, it might not necessarily be the worst idea, right? With 2 players here in Perfecto and Flamey, and these rotations being a little ways away from Boonich and Simple, this is the right place to find yourself. However, on the receiving end of Flamey's MP9, not where you want to find yourself anytime soon. And Perfecto is going to finish off the man at short. Leaves it all onto Twist. And the flashes are just perfect from Na'Vi. Every one of those peaks met with a stellar little pop flash to set Flamey up. 6 on the board now for Na'Vi on NiP's map pick.
Yeah, worth noting, yesterday it was said that the Hampus was somewhat calling Lecro's game on Vertigo, and obviously that didn't really work, right? They got smacked, but yeah, I wonder about that, right? Because NiP, they were really, really good with Lecro on this map. This was excellent overpass for NiP. Like, they were taking it over some really, really good Overpass teams, such as Astralis, for example. Like, a couple of times, in fact. So, you know, with a new in-game leader, how much is there to learn? Is he calling the same setups? And if so, I don't even know if I like that, right? Unless Threat is, like, completely commanding the in-game leading, or at least telling Hampus how he should call. But at that point, why did you bring in another in-game leader? There's just so many questions for NiP, and I never know what to make of it. And again, I think we need some time for this team, which really doesn't bode well considering they made this roster change, you know, coming into this tournament. So doesn't really give them a whole lot of time, but got to make do with what they've got. Out mid they go as a 5-man unit here. It's a low economy round for NiP.
Oh, Simple, given a chance, doesn't actually find that shot there. Not the second time around either. Simple, they are getting closer with every missed shot.
No.
They get closer and closer. He hits that one, not the second. Oh, no, little flick, little 360 from Simple. That's an AWP given over, though, and an AK retrieved on Plopsky. Suddenly, this buy feels pretty formidable. I say buy, right? Suddenly, these weapons that have been scavenged in this partial buy round feel pretty formidable on the NiP side. And there's a good chance they could continue to find damage here. Into this 3-on-3, stacking up over at long. They're going to send Nork back into mid just to reroute and try and keep an eye on any of these potential flanks. There's no one there for NAVI. We know that, but NiP don't. And now they're just going to sit and wait. If NAVI try and go for any information plays, which is exactly what NiP want, that's where this AWP is going to strike one from the tally, and with it, man advantage given over to NiP.
Yeah, he was holding such a tight gap that the flash didn't affect Twist, and Boomich dies trying to get that info. Flamey, nice shot, finds Nork, knows there's at least one more at long, but that's all the info he has, and Perfecto is taking his sweet time with this rotation. He's not even choosing to do it as well, just in case NiP go back. But why would they go back? They are fully indebted, fully committed to this bomb site, even out. And Flamey, he's going to get checked here, you would imagine. His gun sticking out, but he gets the drop on Plopsky. 10 seconds for this plant, and Twist does get the trade. Is he ready to plant? Is he going to get it down in time? Perfecto's running from CT, and Twist knows it. He's got 5 seconds, and that's just enough, but it will give a room for Perfecto to get out onto the truck. He has. Actually going to recommit inside of the smoke. Twist doesn't realize. Now he's looking at the left side. That gives the room for Perfecto to move, and Twist backs up to play the bomb. Smart move. Perfecto going to realize that he's likely left the site, but he doesn't know for sure.
Oh, Twist, what a round. 4 kills in it, and he's gone full on Boeing at the 7-4-7 scoreline. NiP going to put that 3rd round up on the board, and the AWP worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, and Simple committing to those shots along now really doesn't feel worth it, right? With how that AWP is the one gun that actually wins the round for NiP. Simple knows that, like, you know, if you're in that position, you can take a couple of shots, but then you've got to run. And he just decides, all right, I'm going to commit. And that would be fine if he gets, you know, 2-3 kills, but Simple only gets 1 because he whiffs a few shots, unlike him to see. And now the money is the problem for NAVI, as Simple's put down to an M4. At least armed and dangerous. Electronic, also dangerous, but less armed. 5-7 is all he can muster, and NAVI don't really have a lot of weaponry in this round. If they lose it, they're going to get broken. That can give NiP the route back into this T side. May have been a slow start, but they can certainly pick up the pace off the back of this victory.
Well, the 1M4 that is in play in this round is on the back of Simple, holding on to this position, but he gets deleted. He does land a dink onto Rez. Sadly, the AK wins that one. And now the man advantage taken for NiP. They're stacking up outside of A. Gotta check the cubby for a little Electronic hiding himself in this position. Well, they do it. 5-7 with a banana on it. Oh, he lines up the double there. It's a collateral with the 5-7. No. Boomich comes in with his big old deagle, flopping it around, and he gets that kill. Now Nork trying to regain control of the bomb, but Electronic, who's already been a nuisance, is here, and he does get mopped up, but this has allowed for the rotations to come back through for NAVI, and Flamey with his MP9 almost doing enough. It's finished off by Perfecto. The pistols, they do it for the NAVI side. 7 on the board and give NiP a bit of a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, if NiP win that round, which they should, they would completely roll Na'Vi in the follow-up and likely just go up to like 5-6 rounds on this T side, for free. Now their work is really cut out for them because we're 10 rounds deep and they have 3 to their name. Na'Vi recovering their economy with a big force buy victory and breaking NiPs in the process. They're gonna buy because they've got a little bit, and on Twist a lot. Another AWP, Nork on the rifle, and I think that's the last AK they're gonna have here. It's surrounded by pistols. Rez was the second highest rated Overpass player in the top 50 in 2019. Zywoo was top. I'd imagine that would hold true on more maps than one, but damn. Rez right now 4-8, waiting for him to warm into this game. No AWP here for Na'Vi, they don't quite have the funds. So back to full rifles. I say that actually, sorry, still 2 MP9s. The quick smoke in mid for NiP, they will extinguish the Molotov to take control. Simple hears that smoke go down, and he's going to back up knowing that NiP have sped up the pace towards middle. And he put a stop to it.
I like how much NiP are believing in Twist after his hot shot round just a few ago with this AWP. So let's see if putting this faith in him again was the right call to make. Boomich going to get the information that he's posted up over at Long. And so Na'Vi, they've at least seen this AWP. They know that it's in play. Not creeping up close. The AK is a bit of an unknown entity, and Boomich still tucked back in the site, has called for a rotation up from B. That's Perfecto making his way up now. Something else to bear in mind is that Flamey's pushing the extremities of this B site. He'll get the information that it's clear, and while all this is going on, Electronic is very, very deep within the connector, but this isn't really a position that's going to benefit Na'Vi very much. He's going to come in a little bit late, if anything, on this wrap round. So if these guys in the site can hold the fort, maybe Electronic can get something done, but he's got to pick up the pace. He's got to get stuck into this round here and now. And NiP, they've hit the go button. They start to pick up the pace. You have to get past Simple first if you want to get into this site. Plopsky's up to the task. Rez going to dig down another, but he's the only man left standing. And now Electronic's flank, well, now it feels valuable. Coming up late through short, he'll delete Rez. AWP can be retrieved, and indeed it is. As an 8th round appears on the board for Na'Vi.
The early value of Electronic's position there is the fact that, Na'Vi can rotate 5 up towards A, and they know it can't be B. That's because the only positions NiP can rotate through are connector, where Electronic is, or T-spawn. And even though Electronic can't see T-spawn, he knows that NiP will run if they want to go that way. They're not going to sneak from mid to T-spawn to B. They're going to run that bit. So Electronic would have had the audio, and because of him being in that position, he can tell Na'Vi to stack A, and that's a great bit of information gained for Na'Vi. So actually really worth it. Now a B rush with the pistols, only techs and Deegs, and they get made quick work on. Perfecto, he hears the man down lower, and while he'll die, he'll get traded. Denied the ace, unfortunately, by Nork, but still around for Na'Vi that they will take under their wing. And yeah, they just had good reads across this CT side. Nice bit of re-aggression when necessary, not overstepping. Simple's looking good, Electronic's looking better, and there's no weak link right now for Na'Vi. Boomich is 4-10, but I barely noticed that right now because he's doing everything he needs to, getting the assist, getting good utility as well, and NiP have got no answers, at least not yet. 3 rounds left of the half, and another buy round to make it happen. Oh, that's a kill.
Okay.
Take that.
Round 2, and this time it's Electronic getting revenge. I can shoot through the wood too.
I wouldn't take that fight back if I were NiP. I've run the hell away from that.
Mate, honestly, I didn't think they were really trying to. Like, Hampus was firing shots back, but it's Plopsky who fell. He was just like an innocent bystander.
Civilian casualties.
Oh, Flamey and Nork. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, no. How's it gone down like that? Poor Nork. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, everything's gone wrong for NiP in this round, and it goes from bad to worse. Hampus, remember when you got that sick kill through the wood? We need to have kind of 4 more of them, and...
He could wallbang this player here.
Do it, Hampus, do it. I dare you. Instead, he's going to elect to move in quietly, and I can't say I blame him. Ollie's going to force him forward. That air of quiet, that air of calm is out the window. And with it, so is this round for NiP. 10 on the board for the Na'Vi side. They reach double digits as they are laying waste to NiP here on their map pick.
Yeah, on their map pick, that's the crucial wording, right? Nuke's coming up next, and that's a map for NiP that's not been good. 3 losses in a row, only 2 victories in this year over Vitality and Godsend. Just generally a really, really good map for Na'Vi that they won Katowice on. So, yeah, they are going to be feeling pretty good about that follow-up, but we're not out of the woods yet. Na'Vi still need to put the bow on. They can find a 12-3, that would really lock NiP out of this half. NiP are playing for a 4-round half as well. They've got a good investment here considering the money, but it's still no guns. It's only pistols and utils. So relying on that 15th round buy, Hampus and Co towards B short. NiP take that control nice and early, looking for another one of these B executes. They've had great util on B, like we've seen Molly execute and really good nade stacks for NiP, but the guns just aren't going to help them. The flashes will. Everyone is blind. Flamey gets a second chance to take one down, but he goes after that, and Rez trays to pick up a gun. Boomich going wide in the pit. Oh, he's dinked, and that's another weapon for NiP if they can hound him down. Electronic trying to cover, but they're coming in from the left side. Boomich can't see a thing. He somehow takes 2, and Electronic the same, 3 in the round, and he actually steals the kills out of the hands of Boomich. He'll take that every day though. Na'Vi locking down the B bomb site. Another anti-eco. NiP, no bomb plant either, but that won't prohibit them from buying in the last.
I'm very relieved that Electronic is looking this good because, you know, man, like you know, I'm not putting it all on him, but it's like, you know, we come to expect a lot from this duo of Simple and Electronic, and I think, you know, throughout the CIS road to Rio, they weren't really delivering in the fashion that we expect. And that's not to say that anyone on Na'Vi really was. So the fact that they're looking to recover here, they're looking this damn good, I think is a good sign of things to come for Na'Vi, and I'm very happy about that. Man advantage taken in this round once again. In spite of losing Simple early on, they've been quick to get this one back in their favor, and now sitting in this 4-on-3. NiP, they're so scared, right? They've been pushed on seemingly every avenue of the map, so they're having to take all this time re-clearing these angles, getting back into middle, this area of the map that they should have in the majority of rounds. They've now spent a lot of time clearing it, and this leaves them with a minute on the clock as they group back up over here outside of the A site. Now, right now, there is only one man here for Na'Vi. However, that man is Electronic, so I think that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, not the dude I want to walk into, even if it is a solo site setup, and I don't think that will remain for long either. Boomich is in heaven, so he can play that fast rotate and come join. He's jump spotting B short, he sees nothing. Electronic, they might even just play retake here if you're Na'Vi, right? Last round of the half, loads of flashes for the retake, kits available, man up. You know, depending how things go, right? If NiP push into the bank, Electronic can take those kills, and that will spur them on to get aggressive, I'm sure. But right now, NiP, they should just be focusing on getting that bomb plant, clearing out positions like the truck. Smoke on the bank, Molly on the truck, plant on the site. Electronic can't do a thing, but that's fine. He was playing retake from the get-go. The grenade lands, a little bit of damage, and here come Na'Vi with the 4-on-3. Flamey on the AWP as well. Could be a bit of a problem, but he's going to be the last man in. Hampus pushed, getting tagged. That will get heard. They should be ready for a bit of an aggressive player now, and he's going to get away with one. Trade immediately, again from Electronic, and here come Na'Vi.
Rez and Plopsky. Can they keep this one? Now just Plopsky actually in NiP's favor. 1v2, but he has mopped up Electronic. Now only Boomich left to deal with. Does have a kit, taps the bomb, tries to bait the peek from Plopsky, and is able to lock it down. 12-3 at the end of the first half of play. Na'Vi with quite the lead. They've woken up on the right side of bed today, and so this map, this series, is sure to be an exciting one. You're going to have to join us after a quick break for the second half, so don't go anywhere.
But you ain't never gonna close on me.
dominant stuff here for Natas Vincere. 12-3 at the first half, and if those Betway odds weren't telling a picture at the start of the map, they certainly should be now. Considering this is NiP's map pick, they are down, but not yet out. Let's at least see what this pistol has in store for us for the Ninjas as they buy up with 3 sets of Kevlar, a kit, and a good bit of utility. Rez going to take a fight in middle. Risky one considering the lack of armor. An immediate tag will send him packing, and he's down to 70 off the back of that bullet. So Glocks, they do hurt. Only on armorless players though, otherwise that would be like 6 damage. So Rez, not the most lucky, but at least gets the information that Navi are moving through middle. Right now he is so low on A. This grenade could be a great value to throw into the toilets and to even back up and play retake and throw it on the default box, right? We see teams do that as well, but you don't want to play 5-on-5 retake pistol. That's not too standard here. You want to at least try and force some kills here early if you're Rez and set an IP up for success. Navi are moving in closer to the site as we speak. One man on long, the rest on the short side. And Rez has not enough information to call for a full rotate, but that's about to change.
Nade finds a little bit of chip damage spread thinly across most of Na'Vi. Rez not able to connect a shot just yet, and he is slowly but surely getting pressured. His teammate in the site is gone. Rez trying to hold the long corner does not fare well. Spam from Plopsky with the USP to remove Boomage, so into a 3-on-3 on the back of it. But there's still this terrifying man going by the name of Electronic inside of the site. Ooh, nice shot there to find one. Oh, what a follow-up. He doesn't even have armor while this is going on. He is fighting naked, bare-knuckle boxing inside of this site. And Plopsky,
the kit's stuck.
1v3, the kit is stuck, and he does manage to get it. Deals with Electronic, but still 2 players left to find. Lots of pressure on Plopsky, but a nice response and simple. Not a man who's going to overpeak you. He's on the defuse, he's spinning around, spin to win, baby, and simple can't connect the shot in time. The defuse goes the way of NiP, even though Simple does deliver that kill just moments too late.
Look at that.
Stellar round from Plopsky, man.
What a gangster. I love this spin as well. He gets right on the bomb. He's not even like doing 360s, Harry. He's just going left, right, left, right, left, right. And well, it will work wonders. All he's trying to do there is move his head hitbox so much Simple can't connect it, right? Simple is therefore his only way of winning that fight is by spamming the body. And we know how inaccurate those pistols can get after just a couple of shots leaving the chamber. So yeah, Simple. Kill comes, but it comes a second too late. And NiP, they will save that pistol round that they never should have won after Electronic's heroics. NAVI, a hero AK, it's on the back of this one man, and he's going to go into B, not committing as the smoke lands. Electronic is fighting for the bomb right now with the P250. It didn't get spotted though. If it did, Twist might have pushed this and tried to take this position, because an armorless Electronic and the bomb at his feet, that would have been a great setup for NiP, but safe decision to just give it away, fall back. You know you have the advantage anyway if you're the Swedes here, and NAVI are pretty much just relying on Simple, so day in the office.
Electronic, not only is he fragging high in supply, but he's being a great teammate. He's dropped the AK over to Simple in this round.
What a guy. Considering he's 25-7 as well.
Yeah, it's the NAVI classic. Even when they give the gun to Simple, it's not the guy who's first on the board. But obviously, right, like it's Simple.
Yeah,
that's what we call a bad meaning. Now down here, Twist holding on, but only briefly. He's let go. His grip has lessened, and now it is faltered completely. This A site, not going to be the object of desire for Navi, but this Famas on Rez just being a nuisance. Simple doesn't like nuisances, and so actually he's taken this whole round by storm. This one AK finding 3 allows the bomb plant, does immediately get dealt with by Plopsky, but Flamey's in with the response. Now doesn't have armor, and up against the MP9, that could make all the difference. The aim punch could send Flamey out of this round. He's able to reposition, gets the shot off, and lands the first bullet. That's what he needed to do. 13 on the board for Navi. The hero AK buy thrown into the hands of Simple. Blessed by Electronic finds 3 kills to make that round happen.
That's incredible. I mean, off the back of just 2 men, Flamey with a 1-tap onto the truck player as well, and he perfectly predicts that peak coming through from the MP9. Na'Vi, man, that was an eco. That was 1 AK, and they're going to get it over the line. Feels like there's no round this team can't win. Double scouts for NiP. That's what they're relying on in this round. It will tag Simple and Electronic, actually. Pretty good damage, if you ask me, and the nade even puts further. But yet to see a kill here from the Ninjas, and Navi might just avoid these scouts by going right into B. If Flamey gets opening kills here, the bomb can just follow, so Flash is good. He's going to send Popsky to the barrel. Ooh, Flamey got to watch out for that one. The Deagle does bite back, and so the Molotov is going to trap Popsky until he smokes it off. This is just a game of cat and mouse for Navi. Now the grenades are going to rain in double artillery, and it still doesn't kill him. Put your ones in chat, because Popsky is still standing, but not for much longer, you'd think.
I mean, they don't have any more nades. There's a Molotov on Electronic, but he is he's all the way over in middle. So unless he knows some sick lineup I've never seen before, he ain't Molotov in barrels anytime soon. NAVI still committed to this B play. But the response is in from NiP. They've got 3 players here and a fast rotate of Hampus down into the connector. Boomich says, guys, I don't even know what you were making out like it was so hard. I just walked in and shot him. But yeah, it's worked. It's gotten the job done. NAVI, they get a bit of a foothold. That scout from heaven does represent a bit of danger. And the more damage Rez can do with it, the more valuable players like NiP become with his Deagle. Electronic, when did he get 2? When did the second kill come in? He just shuts it all down, and that round gets put back under control for NAVI. Electronic is like on another level right now. This is scary.
It's a nice play for Nork, but I actually like what NAVI do prior to the plant there. Obviously, there's a bit of a problem with the cover not coming through until after for trays for Electronic, but NAVI stop on the site. After they get that pick on Plopsky, they don't rush because they don't know whether NiP is stacked, and if they rush, they could get overwhelmed, right, while moving and not being accurate. So NAVI just stand still. They wait for that next kill to go their way. Nothing appears, so that's when they go for the plant, and Nork surprises them. But Electronic, he was watching the back, he comes in late, and he shuts him down, plus another from the short side with that wallbang transfer. Dirty stuff for NAVI. What's this from Simple? Bit of a toilet smoke, perhaps? Yeah, I like that one. Good, Rez. Oh, dear, he doesn't even get to play. Oh, maybe he does. Gets a peek, gets a shot, but will finally connect one. Looking for a double, and Simple denies it. Ooh, that got scary for a second. Almost deleted through the tree. NAVI in a 4-on-4 here up against the Pistols, looking for map point on NiP's pick.
Oh, Simple, you genius. He's juggled that AK out the map. That's irretrievable now for the side of NiP. And that's a nice way to kind of mitigate the damage on the back of losing a man early on. Your worry here is like you don't want to put a gun into the hands of NiP. You know, Simple and co learned that the hard way when they gifted in the AWP earlier on in this game. And so with that removed, now you're into a 4-on-4, and you're feeling good about this if you're NAVI. You know that the CTs are the ones that are going to feel more pressured. They're going to have to take more gambles, and likelihood is you're walking into a favorable fight no matter where you go. And that is the story of this B site right now. Only 2 players here. There are more in rotation. Down through the connector, Nork is on his way. This bomb plant has to come in. Nork is suddenly left as the only man standing. Not going to be able to deny the plant, but a 1v2, not impossible for Nork at his deadly Deeg. There's an AK there that can get retrieved. However, will he be ready for a player close in the water? There's the peak. Missed shot from Boomich, but he's allowed to reposition. He's given some time here. And while all this has gone on, Simple now up in heaven will seal the deal. Immediately trades that kill. 15 on the board for NAVI. And this is the NAVI I've wanted to see all 2020, man. Like back in full force. Since we went online, we did notice a bit of a dip, which I think we all expected from NAVI. You know, they hadn't played an online game since, what, 2018?
18.
Yeah. So, you know, it's taken them some time, but they're finding their footing here, and they're really bringing it to NiP on their map pick.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what they got in store for Nuke, right, considering that's not necessarily a great map for NiP, but Overpass usually is. And right now they are getting torn to pieces. AWP continues for Simple. We barely got guns for NiP, and oh, a team kill. That's certainly not going to make things easier, but still NiP are favored in this round somehow as a result. Well, I say that actually. I guess they're favored in terms of the players alive, but if you look at the health on those 2 guns, it doesn't look like a pretty picture. NAVI still very much in control of this round. waiting for NiP to give them anything, and Twist certainly may, but it's come at an unfortunate timing for NAVI, who have just left this position. Simple is watching it, but he won't hang around. He's going to go join his team for this B execute into the stack, into the 3 players who aren't on this flank. Boomich got the spot, he's got the tap, but Rez survives on 6. Boomich, oh, he gets overwhelmed. That's the SMG at range finding a kill, and the Molotov doesn't burn out the player at barrels. Again, they live to fight, and Twist comes in on that flank and drops the low electronic. Nice tag from Simple. 1 HP for Twist. NAVI, they love doing damage. They don't love getting the kills. And NiP, they're going to win that eco. I really don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's a nice aggressive play from Twist to net himself a couple and get in the backline of NAVI. Despite the team kill, NiP pick up the round.
NAVI just going to take an eco in this round, right? They've got so much room to play with that they're not worried yet. And so they want to focus on bringing out guns as fast as they can. The one man who has bought up in this round is Simple. He's just throwing a complete investment in. NAVI working their way through the connector. About to explode into top mid. Rez hasn't seen quite how many enemies lie on the other side, but this AWP of Twist back in the site to help out. Doing damage at range, Rez holding down the angle. There's not much danger left in this round for NAVI to put up. So there should be a 6th on the board. This anti-eco swept under the rug nice and quickly for NiP before the rifles come back out in the next round on this NAVI side. But all right, Simple. Okay. Come on then. Prove me wrong. 1v4. Unable to connect that shot and does get dropped. 6 for the Swedes.
Feels like he can't go out of a round without showing us something flashy, right? Like, yeah, I know I'm going to lose this one on 5, guys, but look at this. Simple, always showboating. RV, a round away from a victory on NiP's pick, and Simple's on a deagle in this round, but honestly, not even a problem. AWP for Rez is going to take the mid-fight, misses the shot on the crossing players, and so NAVI are going to get control towards the playground, having to smoke that molly. Electronic gets tanked by it, but it's fine for NAVI. They can continue to move up into this A-bomb site. They have so many rounds to play around with, to come up with an idea, to test the boundary, see what they can get away with from NiP. 9 in a row we're going to need from this point onwards for the Swedes. And that's only to begin the clock again. That's only to get us into overtime. Electronic, yeah, I like that. Gets tagged, gets the deagle, gives the AK to Simple. It's not like Electronic is going to be hamstringed much with a deagle, right? He's still very, very able to use this weapon too. So NAVI are feeling fine as they move closer towards A. The bomb's outside of T-spawn, and players are taking B short here for NAVI, so they might just come down the connector and regroup on this lower site later. NiP have 3 on A right now, and we'll see if that comes back to haunt them.
Boomich, the bomb boy. He'll go back and retrieve it, and actually joins NAVI outside of this A site, leaving Perfecto and Flamey holding on to B right now, and there might be some aggression that they find. There's also some aggression from Rez here up against Electronic. Now setting up for an A side play in the final 20 seconds of this round. NAVI, they've got to go fast, and they've really got to get stuck in. If these kills don't present themselves, things could get out of hand very, very quickly. Rez and Twist, 2 kills between them. That bomb dropped, and this round is already over for NAVI. There's no time to get anything done, and now they run the risk of going down after time as well. Oh, Electronic gets found through the wall. I don't know if that was after time or what. No, it's fine. And that's actually, for Electronic, that's kind of great. He only had a deagle and armor, so if he survived, and he was on $0, right? So, yeah. So if he survives there, that's kind of heartbreaking. You know, you would have to force buy around a Deagon and AK, but now you could take this eco, you'd likely give over an 8th to NiP, but then you've got that full investment looming.
And so another eco here for NAVI, around for NiP to continue to build, but, you know, not necessarily money, more confidence, as, you know, they're not really facing any ecos in this game. 1 loss and it's done. Boosting Con to try and find a Nork here. Oh, he hears the jump. He should know about this, but Simple can't see him from this position. It's to spot B short, the entrance, rather. You can see nothing's really available here for NAVI. They don't know about pushed player either. So always that to worry about if they want to go late B here. But right now, Navi again infatuated with this A site, and they're going to commit here as Rez sits back on long. Flamey with the AK swinging, he gets the kill. That's a big opener for Navi. We've already seen them win a round early in this half with just that hero AK on Simple, and Flamey getting 2 as well. Simple drop though in this round. There's the flank. Nort gives away his position, finds nothing for it. Bit of a problem here as now Navi turn around trying to deal with him. They don't. Nort doubles down the dig out. Oh, Perfecto can't hit his shot, and it's going to be NiP again cleaning up Navi's pistols. That looked like it could have gone very badly for Nort, but he recovers well after that missed shot.
NiP starting to grind their way back into this.
Simple shoots the light. I think he thought it was ahead.
Ooh, here's the man spamming through. And finally, Navi, there's a chance that they could get offered one of these early kills that they've been sitting back and waiting for. Electronic here, looking at long, and lying in wait on the other side is Rez. If he goes any further forward, he could go down. Hampus is also going to push short. Now, Navi, they've been waiting in every one of these rounds for a kill to present itself. And something that NiP have been good at doing is just tucking back and playing in the bomb sites. Well, in this round here and now, they finally try and re-aggress, and Hampus falls. But Rez, with his aggression out through long, actually comes out on top of that duel up against Electronic. So we're back into this 4-on-4. NiP, they've dealt with the danger in this round well initially, but it's got to keep up if they want to keep this comeback alive. Simple. Molly to force the engagement, and somehow, some way, he has opened up this B site single-handedly. Simple has carved a path into B and maybe a path to victory on the back of it. Twist going to try and play around this smoke, but Simple is hounding him down, and he will get the better of Twist. Simple is on for the ace to secure the victory here for Navi. Rez, the last man standing at this point, maybe just playing to deny the ace to Simple. A 1v4 is a very tall order indeed. And Rez now rounding the corner into the site. Simple, come on, get it. All 5, baby, for Simple. He locks in the victory for Navi as they take NiP's map pick under their wing.
Yeah, a lot of the times when we talk about Navi, we talk about the inconsistency of some players, and it feels like when Electronic and Simple don't show up, this team struggles, but that is not what we're seeing today, Harry. Both these players on top form right now. Electronic was beasting in that first half, and Simple doing everything he needs to do and more. NiP, they just had no answers, man. They only start to look good up against 15 where they break Navi's money and take some anti-ecos. Other than that, it's just rounds dropped in the mix for NiP, not really anything consistent. And so now that we move to Nuke, things are looking good for Navi as it's their map pick. So join us after the break for the analyst desk and that second map if you want to see how this series continues.